Today I am going to discuss with a topic called Conditions and Warranty under Section 12, Subsection 2 and 3 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 Act. This conditions and warranty is very important in the entire Sale of Goods Act, because everything is based on these conditions and warranty, and it is very vital for the contract of sale of goods agreement. So we always must have the difference between conditions and warranty. We should understand very well. Now, before going to start with the definitions as per the section 12, we have to see from where it has arises, the term conditions and warranty. So we will see that a contract of sale of goods contains various terms or stipulations regarding the the price, then the quality of the goods, the time of its payment or its mode of its payments, and the place. So these are the various terms or the stipulations which are always laid down in a contract of sale of goods. So now we have to see, these are the terms like price, there is the considerations, the time, the place, the quality of the goods. So everything will have an equal importance as per the Sale of Goods Act or as per the contract you have entered into. So whether all are having an important in that particular agreement. So but all of them are not of equal importance. The sum of these stipulations may be the major terms, which goes to the very root of the contract, and their breach may frustrate the very contract. So the major terms is there, that means it's very vital. So without having these vital terms or stipulations, there may not be an existence of a contract of sale. That's why we said it is a major terms. So that major terms, and there are other terms are there which are minor, which are not so vital to the contract as such, and therefore there seems to be a breach of the contract will not frustrate or will not negativate the contract. So that is why we said in law of sale of goods, these major terms are called as a conditions and the minor terms are called warranties. So we can very well say that the term called conditions and warranty has been arises from the agreement itself. That is how it arises, because of those terms and stipulations which has been laid down. Just because of that, these terms we can find it out, trace it out, the conditions and warranty. Now very clear with how it arises. Now we will go for the perfect definitions which has been laid down under section 12, subsection 2 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 Act. So a condition is a stipulation essentials to the main purpose of the contract. So we said it is an essentials to the main purpose of the contract. That's why when you say it is a main purpose of the contract, that means the breach of which gives the aggrieved party a right to repudiate the contract itself. When it is stipulations, it's very essential to the formation of the contract, then the breach, of course, it will give when there is a breaking of this contract, breaking of the terms and stipulations. So automatically the aggrieved party will have a right to repudiate the contract. So aggrieved party can repudiate it, that means he can cancel it. That's his right arises from this. Now we will see one example over there regarding the conditions, how we can put the examples, and which will make you understand very well by this illustrations or the examples. Now A goes to B, a horse dealer. So he went to his house and says that I want a horse which can run at the speed 30 kilometers per hour. So this is his requirement or the purpose for the entering into a contract. He has already been explained. The horse dealer pointed out a particular horse, and so the horse dealer has pointed out a particular dealer means what he wanted to say here. He says that this horse will suit it to your purpose. So by this his demo he has made it. He's expressed his terms of the contract. That's why, believing on that, A has purchased the horse. But later on, A finds that the horse can run only at a speed 20 kilometers per hour. So there is a breach of conditions. So the purchaser or the buyer who has given his requirement that I want for this purposes the horse, but what he ultimately did, he has given, but it has found out to be the purpose of the contract itself is not fulfilling. Then how he can go for this contract? So that's why there is a breach is there on the conditions. So when there is a breach is there in the conditions, from the definition itself we have got it. What is his remedy? He can get only the remedy to repudiate the contract. So repudiate the contract means he's cancelling the contract. So therefore, what is his relief he will getting? He will get a relief. That means he can return the horse to B and get the considerations he has paid back. So whatever consideration he has paid, that he will get back from the dealer. So this is the how the conditions terms or the stipulation is important for a conditions. So you can very well understand from the examples. Now we will go for the definitions which is laid down under the section 12 and subsection 3 of the Sale of Goods Act 1930 Act. We will see the definition of the warranty what is given. So a warranty is a stipulation, that is a terms or stipulation. It is what? Collateral to the main purpose of the contract. It's a collateral. That means it is a supportive one. It's a subsidiary one, not support, just a subsidiary one. The breach of which gives the aggrieved party a right to sue for damages only and not to avoid the contract itself. So it is very well it varies from the terms called conditions and warranty. We said these terms or stipulations, it is just a subordinate to the main purpose of the contract. Subordinate. And that's why it is very neglected one. That is why we said the breach of which gives the aggrieved party what he can do. He can only sue for the damages and not to avoid the contract. So he cannot avoid the contract. He cannot. Cancellation is not allowed. This right is not given under warranty. Only this right is given under what? It is the conditions. So very well you can understand the definitions, what they says and how it varies from the conditions and warranty. Now we will go for one example on warranty. So if you take the same example over here in warranty also, we see that if A says to B, that means B is a dealer, horse dealer, he says to B, I want a good horse. Now here he is saying it is, I just want a good horse. So B shows a horse to A and says, this is a good horse. So the horse dealer has showed him a one horse and said that it is a good horse and it can run at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So he's also additionally he has given a explanation, given a quality. He has expressed that it will run at the speed of 30 kilometers per hour. This is also he has spoken on that, right? But B buys the horse on his expressions made by B. So he has purchased it. That means he pursued it, he believed it and he purchased. And finds later on that he finds it out, it can run at the speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So only the 20 kilometer it will go, but not more than that. So there is a breach of warranty because the stipulation made by the seller did not form the very basis of the contract and was only a subsidiary one. So what stipulation? That is the terms he has said that the horse is a good one and it will run at the speed of 30 kilometers by the seller. So it is not, main purpose of the contract he wanted. He only wanted good horse, not a good dog. Or he is not saying that speed of 30 kilometers you want. He only said, I want a good horse. So there is a breach of warranty only, because which is not the main purpose of the contract, it is essential. So from here we can come to conclusions that breach of conditions, we will get a right to claim to repudiate the contract. But warranty we can only claim what? The relief we can claim, that is a compensations, not to avoid the contract. Understand? Now we will go for the, very well we can make a little distinctions from the contract of, that is condition, and the warranty. What is the difference? Conditions and warranty distinctions, we will make the first point on the headings called as to value. On the basis of the value, we can make a distinction between conditions and warranty. Now what we say, that condition is a stipulation which is essential to the main purpose of the contract. So condition, we say that it is a stipulation and which is very essential to the main purpose of the contract. That is, the terms or stipulations will be, it is very essential for the main purpose of the contract. Otherwise there will not be a contract of sale of goods without having that stipulations. So that's why condition, it is very important that the stipulation must fulfill the main purpose of the contract. But in regarding the value in context to the warranty, we'll see the warranty is a stipulation which is collateral to the main purpose of the contract. So that the stipulations for the warranty, it is only a collateral, that means only a subordinate or subsidiary to it. That is why their value is that only. It's a collateral, it is subordinate, or it is subsidiary to the main purpose of the contract. So their value is to that extent only. Now go to the next distinctions between condition and warranty will be on the point as to breach. As to breach, suppose if there is a breach of condition, breach of warranty, what will happen? So we will see that in case of a condition, that is breach of a condition, so gives the aggrieved party, that is who is affected party, will get what? Right to repudiate the contract. So right to cancel the contract, they will get it in case of condition, and also to claim damages. Along with that, he can also claim damages. That's very important to know what remedy you will get it, or what relief will be provided by the court under the section 12 subsection 2 and 3 of the contract of sale of goods. You must know that, because who knows that dispute arises? No one knows about tomorrow. In case of breach of warranty, it gives the aggrieved party a right to claim damages only. So in case of a warranty, the aggrieved party will only get what? That is, he will get only the right to claim damages, and not the right to go for cancelling the contract. Repudiation will not be given under that. And the third distinction between condition and warranty point is the as to treatment. As to treatment means how you will treat condition and warranty. So as to the breach of condition may be treated as breach of warranty. So when there is a breach of conditions, we may also assume to treat as a breach of conditions. That we will discuss in my next video, because there are certain cases are there under what we can say this will amount as a breach of warranty. And it is very important to know that cases, because in warranty we will see it now. In case of breach of warranty, it cannot be treated as a breach of conditions. So when there is a breach of warranty is there, we cannot term them as a breach of condition. But when there is a breach of conditions, we can also term them as a breach of warranty. Why and how? So there are cases are there. There are certain circumstances which arises which can be treated as a breach of warranty. So that will be my next video. I will discuss on that point how the breach of conditions may be treated as a breach of warranty, and it is very important to know. Everyone should know this topic, and it may be the question may be in the examinations. Maybe those questions they may also have it, because we cannot say that only the breach of condition is there, that's why we cannot say this is a warranty breach is there, because breach of warranty and breach of condition is two different topics. But here, as we said, breach of condition also we can be treated, means we can assume like it's only a breach of warranty. So this is for today's discussions, and next video I'm very well going to put this question, that is how the breach of conditions may be treated as a breach of warranty, and that is everyone should know about it. And one thing after discussing all this, you came to know very well that because there are very common, the general awareness is not there among the laymen or anybody else. They said sometimes if you are going for a shopping and all, generally people ask if any piece of clothes they are purchasing it, and they will say asking about whether this color will go, or this is for cotton or quality, they will ask for it. So if colors goes, it fades, then nobody likes to purchase the goods at a price, and it will immediately getting fade, so nobody will wear that. So that's why people are asking. Then the salesman always giving a reply that no, ma'am, we cannot give a guarantee for us. We do not have any guarantee for our life. Then how can you ask for a guarantee for the piece of clothes you are asking? So this is like little confusions about among the common people also. So the guarantee and warranty, now you are very clear that what is guarantee, what should be used, and what where to be used is word called warranty. So these are the various laws. Only we will come to know legally if you know the terminology or the concept, then we can very well use your words in the common parlance also. That is why people has to aware also. But no doubt this is for the students of LLB, for MBA, CA, CS, everybody can go for it. But for the common parlance also, I mean to say, their very poor knowledge with them, so they may not understand what is guarantee, what is warranty. Sometimes it may help for them also to know by the legal terms how can be used in the common general life. We can also sustain how to use these words, we must know. So this is end of my sessions today.